The spice must flow, mama.
Bumblebees sucking and fucking all day, all night. I hate those gays. I'm Christian and married. Autobots, roll out! Adobe blows so hard. Like, I used to use Premiere in high school when I was like trying to be like a little film guy, and I wanted to keep editing on it so bad. I learned how to edit audio, video.
Damn.
I learned how to do so much, and then
And Premiere has a steep learning curve because I learned it. I learned the basics of it in community college in like 2018, but it took so long for me to get to a point where I was like competent in it because I learned it at the time, but it was like, you know, you make a little student short film for like 6 months or whatever, and that's fine. But then
6 months, I had 2 weeks,
or however long I don't know. I remember we did one big project for like the course of the year, so I'm just thinking of that as like the big one that we did. Mm-hmm. But then when it wasn't until like 5 years later that I was like editing professionally, and when I was doing that, it was like the skill set changed overnight because it went from like I can just pick away at this forever, who cares, whatever, to like I have to figure out how to cut, you know, an hour of footage down to like 11 minutes in like 2 hours. Yeah. I was like, how do I do this? You know, and just doing the reps. And I'm thankful now because like when I make YouTube stuff, I can get the whole thing cut really fast because I'm like, okay, that's, you know, it's the muscle memory. But man, does it suck to do.
Learning Premiere, I remember it like sitting in high school and my film teacher hated me, my photo film teacher, because I wanted to be in his like little special filmmaker class.
Because you kept bringing up Tarantino movies. And
I
being
kept
like,
bringing up Tarantino movies.
Does in those movies with like the feet and the slurs and stuff.
Yeah, I love Pulp Fiction. I love all of it. I love what you did to Uma Thurman in the car. Big fan. And I was saying that in class over and over, and maybe he just was like, I don't think film is going to work out for you.
We're trying to talk about the mechanics of the camera. We're not even talking about filmmakers right now. Like,
we're trying to talk about like rule of thirds.
Imagine, and I know there's someone out there doing this, an insufferable person in a film class who's raising their hand after every single like technical point and being like, I would always saw that in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I would always saw it. So Margot Robbie has her feet and it's on the food wine and it willy weeds your eye. Every single other person in the class is like, can we kick this guy out?
Oh my God. Every photo film class I've ever had has had one kid like
that.
Yeah, it sucks.
Oh my God, we had a kid. So this is crazy too, because I love this guy. No. This kid was a legend. We had a kid when I was in like film school. It was like video production, whatever. This kid he had a level of delusion that I admired so much because I was like at the time like a perfectionist, like wanted everything to be really great. This kid would make like, I can't even explain it other than that like it looked like something that like a 10-year-old makes with their mom's like Sony Handycam in the backyard. And he would play it for everyone and talk about it as though he were like the Russo brothers and be like, this is like, he'd be like, this is like the first part of a series and like the universe we're building and it was awesome. I found out later, like 5 or 6 years later, on accident on social media, I don't know how this is even possible. I guess there was a point where you could do this, that he had gotten the stuff uploaded to Amazon Prime Video, which apparently you can like pay to do and get it, whatever. I didn't know that. Yeah. So I'm like going through and he's like, my series is on Amazon Prime Video. And I'm like gobsmacked. I'm like,
work.
How did this kid? And I go through and sure enough, you could watch it on Prime Video.
Holy shit.
It was crazy.
God, girl.
It was so funny.
Do you remember being a
I'm going to bleep club locations.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot.
Can't dox us.
Do you remember when we were at the club and my friend of a friend...
So go back to the club.
So go back to the club. I love that movie. Megalopolis is a masterpiece. I'm so glad we saw that together. But
that may be the greatest. Well, we'll get into that in a minute then, but probably the greatest movie.
There's a documentary.
At least of the year or of the decade. Anyway, okay, what were you saying?
By the way, there's a documentary that came out about how that movie was made. We should
watch that. Oh my God, I need to see that.
We gotta watch it.
Because I love, one thing I love more than anything is watching Shia LaBeouf get interviewed about that movie because
I haven't seen any.
It's like he's in the movie, obviously, but within the context of the movie, if you haven't seen it, spoilers, I guess. I don't even know how you can spoil that movie for people because there's nothing to spoil. Like, even if I described the events in sequential order, it wouldn't ruin the plot of the movie. You know what I mean? I can
Yeah.
think of one scene in Megalopolis that like it works really well if you're surprised by it, but other than that, it's like totally nonsense the whole way through.
Yeah,
But the
I can't
funny
even
thing
think
with
of what
Shia
that scene
LaBeouf-
is.
The funniest, okay, spoiler alert for Megalopolis. The funniest, but
Spoiler
not
alert.
funny. The best thing that would be a surprise is when Adam Driver gets shot by that kid.
Oh, when he becomes an Elden Lord, like Elden Ring, and it's like the what's Wart's theme? Oh,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's a horrible impression.
When he's in the car and the kid comes up and he's like,
Yeah.
"Can I get a picture?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he goes to sign it, and then he just bam, and he shoots.
I love that scene.
6-year-old child just has the Glock.
Oh my
So
god,
funny.
I forgot about that.
That's
yeah.
the only thing. But when Shia LaBeouf gets interviewed about it, it's so funny because
He wasn't even
you
there.
can tell that, not about that scene, just about being in the movie.
Oh, okay.
You can tell that he's not in on like who everyone thinks Shia LaBeouf is, because he's like, yeah, like Francis Ford Coppola called me, like he brought me onto the movie, and like he really wanted to, you know, like have somebody that was like troubled and like, you know, whatever, and what's up. And he's talking
Troubled
about
and
it as though
cross-dressing.
Francis Ford Coppola was like helping him. But then when you read about why Coppola hired him, which is publicly available information, it's like he wanted a canceled actor so that people would hate the character. So Shia LaBeouf thinks like he's
Gag.
rescuing my
Gag.
career. And Francis Ford Coppola is out there doing the interviews being like, I hate that guy. Like, that's why I got him.
Gag.
And then Shia LaBeouf will be like, and we disagreed. You know, we butted heads on the set of the movie. And I'm like, I think you probably should have shut the fuck up then.
Oh my! I didn't know that. That's so
it's
funny.
so funny. It's
Cinematic
crazy.
masterpiece.
It's so
cinematic
good.
masterpiece.
Oh my god. The fact that probably my favorite thing about that movie is that you go the whole movie being like, what is this futuristic, beautiful society that Adam Driver wants to build? And the end of the movie, they're like, moving sidewalks.
I forgot about
whole
Giancarlo
movie.
Esposito, and it's just like airport.
Yes,
like
the whole movie
Yeah.
is building to like, it will be a technological utopia the likes of which has never even been imagined. And then it's like, Giancarlo Esposito is just sliding forward on the ground. And you're like, yeah, crazy
oh
shit.
my god! And does he have a baby in that movie at the end? I forget. Oh yeah, time stop. Yeah.
Time, stop.
I was
Oh
so
my
fucking stressed
God.
out leaving the theater. I'm like, because my Letterboxd review is literally like, did they know that was gonna happen? Who's gonna take care of that baby now? Like, it stresses me out. I think about that sometimes when I think about movie
Oh my
endings.
God. That movie is so crazy because there are so many plots happening in the movie. Like, do you remember there's that whole scene where the woman like follows Adam Driver and we are seeing that he's hallucinating like his dead wife or whatever, and she's following him through all the rooms until he gets to like the bedside of his dead wife and she sees that he's like sitting in an empty bed.
I don't even remember.
That's like a 10 or 15-minute chunk of the movie that is just never acknowledged again.
Is it when he's like all drugged up in the club or whatever? Or like
I
at
think
the
that's
big...
a separate scene.
Oh my god.
I think that's way later. Yeah. And then it's just like, it's so funny. I love a movie. I've talked about this about music as well, because I think this applies to music, but it definitely applies in this case with movies. Sometimes, like, people love to talk about like studios and executives ruin everything. And I'm like, not necessarily. I think if you took all the footage that Coppola shot for Megalopolis and you cut it to like 80 minutes, that there is at least a movie in there that has a plot. I don't think it's a good movie.
Megalopolis?
Yeah, I don't think it's a good movie,
mean,
but I
yeah.
think you could cut it to like an 80-minute movie that like has a natural like flowing of events where like things happen in sequence. The actual movie doesn't. I mean, how long is it? It's like 2.5 hours long?
I don't even remember. Like, it's such
It's so long.
I kind of saw it in a fugue state because I was still writing The High of Hoxton. Because, okay, context.
Yeah.
We did a crazy double feature. It was the day after I got fired from when we met working together. Not after we met, but
I
like...
love that this is the day after you got fired. You're like,
so...
see you
yeah.
forever, and then
Yep.
let's go have a traumatizing movie experience.
Traumatized... impacted forever.
The experience, great, of doing a double feature, seeing
That's
them,
true.
whatever. The movie changes you forever.
It does change me forever, but for me, I think it made me a better man. I think it made me a braver man. But we saw...
It made you more like Adam Driver.
It made me more... I can't say that. I can't repeat that one, actually. But... good soup. Like, memeable?
Good soup.
Good soup.
Adam Driver, I love that Adam Driver is a huge movie star, and he's been in like one good movie.
And what movie is that?
Marriage Story. What else has he been in? What else has he been in? No, what I mean by that is like, what else has he been in that anyone knows that isn't either Megalopolis
Wars.
or a franchise movie that sucks ass like Star Wars? You've seen all the prequel movies, right?
Of Star Wars?
Yeah. Or
Cool.
sorry, sequel movies, like the Disney ones?
Yeah.
Those 3? Okay.
So
good. So we can talk about this. Because we're it's a nerd podcast, even though we're talking about Megalopolis for an hour. Okay, so I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but what do you think about those movies?
So I have a very unpopular opinion, and I think you're going to get really mad at me.
I'm ready to be mad. I also have an unpopular opinion.
Oh, okay.
I have an opinion that the first time when I walked out of the theater and said it to someone, they said, "What are you talking about?"
Okay. So I really like. Oh goodness, I really like The Force Awakens.
Okay, I don't
really
think that's
like
controversial. I think most people.
No, everyone I say that to is like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. You like The Force Awakens?
I think that one, because of how people feel about the other two, is the one viewed the most positively.
True. Yeah, because
no matter where you fall on the other two movies, you can at least be like, well, that's not the worst one.
That's true. Needless to say then, I guess, I didn't like the other two.
Okay.
I saw, I think, all of them in theaters, because it was like a family tradition, basically, to see them all like at the downtown Cinerama. It was like a whole thing. It was so much fun.
Yeah, I mean, The Force Awakens has maybe my favorite theater experience ever.
Without a doubt.
Oh, like going to see that movie, I mean, it came out in 2014, 15?
It's so good, yeah.
Yeah, like 14 or 15. So I was like 15 or 16. And it was like, you spend your whole life watching Star Wars. This was the first one to come out in my like conscious lifetime. Yeah. Going to see that, and they turn, they go, we gotta take this piece of junk. They turn, and the Millennium Falcon's right there. The scene where the X-Wings fly over the water straight to, it's like, there's shit in that movie that is so good.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, this, you can call me a sucker or a bootlicker or whatever all you want. It's really good nostalgia bait. Like,
it's perfect. Well, the funny thing is, it's nostalgia bait because it's that by design, because J.J. Abrams did that with Star Trek, and then they were like, okay,
but those ones are bad. Is the thing.
I know, I haven't seen them, but
they're not good.
I haven't watched any Star Trek, so I don't have any.
Oh, girl.
Like context on this.
I almost wore a Star Trek shirt today because I have this Quark Stabo bar shirt that I got from Thrift Place, and I love that shirt.
Hell yeah!
And it's like from I think Vegas, because they had like a temporary Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Don't they do the conference there, like a con?
Probably.
I think so.
There's
I feel like
so
I saw
many of them.
something about Star Trek. I don't know anything about Star Trek, so I don't know. But
I love Star Trek. That's like that was a whole era for me.
There
like,
you go.
Star Trek autism. But anyway, the sequel trilogy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I really liked The Force Awakens. Mm-hmm. I loved the setup for everything. There's a lot to be said about J.J. Abrams and like the black box method that he does for.
Which I don't. Yeah. I mean, in the case of Lost, I think it's funny and effective. Even though, well, it's funny because now it's like Game of Thrones, right? Where I love a show where while it's airing, everyone's like, this is the greatest thing ever. And then the moment that it's like at the end, it becomes universally hated. I love that. I think that's so funny. And the reason I think that's so funny is because I don't really participate in any like currently ongoing shows. So I tend to filter out and only watch stuff like after it's over and is regarded as good. So I don't ever get burned by that. So watching, like, I had friends who were into Game of Thrones in like a huge way, and it was like their grandma and grandpa and mom and dad died on the same day. Like that last season, the last couple episodes, they were like distraught.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know what to tell you, like. And I wasn't burned by it because I wasn't watching it. So I thought it was really funny. Same with Lost. My parents, my aunts and uncles, they loved Lost. And then it ends and they're like, oh my fucking God. And I'm like, well, I didn't get burned by it because you don't let me watch it because I'm a kid.
I remember like the week I suppose that happened. I think I was at my parents were divorced, so I was at my biological mom's house at the time when the finale aired, and I remember like hearing them downstairs like yell at the ending. And then they weren't that into it though. I think they were like watching it peripherally. But
it's like the Seinfeld ending. Like it was so big at the time that people who weren't even into it were watching the finale.
Yeah.
Being like, I don't really know all of what's going on, but let me watch just to like make sure I participate in the big finale. Yeah. That makes it even funnier that it was bad.
Yeah, and then I remember going to my dad's house and see that?
Yeah.
My dad. Jesus.
Into my dad's house. Whoa.
Sorry,
wow,
Dad.
What is he, gay?
I can't say that on the podcast. I was gonna make a joke, but I can't say it. But yeah, my dad and my mom are like really big into Game of Thrones and have been watching for forever. So I remember going over there and they had like a whole discussion over dinner with my uncle who lived here at the time. How big of a deal it was. I also don't like Game of Thrones. So that's like a huge. I'm leaning into your camera.
Oh, you're good.
as like a grimdark fantasy fan, I think it's tired and corny.
You know what was shitty to me? Game of Thrones ends. It's the worst thing ever. Less than 1 year later, these motherfuckers are telling me, you gotta watch House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
And I'm like, have you not learned your lesson?
People are so sad for House of the Dragon. I don't get it because like the wigs awful, the costumes like mediocre.
If I wanted to watch Matt Smith in a bad wig, I would watch Doctor Who from 2011.
Speak on it.
I would watch,
where the Berlin shotties at?
Yeah.
From like 2014 Tumblr. We need that back.
Literally, it is no different to me. Like Super Hulock fandom and like modern big fantasy TV stuff. It's the same thing where it's like, hey, the rest of us are aware that it's not that good. So it's fine if you're really into it. That's great. But like, just so you know, the normal people don't think it's that amazing. And I know because people are like, the Game of Thrones thing burned for so many people. I just didn't ever care and didn't ever watch it, so I didn't get burned. So now it's I'm never gonna watch it. So cool. Who cares?
That's how I was with Supernatural. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, you have to watch it. You'd love it."
We are pissing off so many people in our potential demographics by being like, "Fuck Game of Thrones. Fuck Supernatural." If you were on Tumblr in 2014, kill yourself.
I mean, I can't say anything, though, because Homestuck Artist, we talked about this last episode. Like, I can't, I'm speaking from below the ground in terms of standards and quality. But, well, yeah, like, I don't even have anything to say.
I know.
What was I going to say? Oh, my God. I had 2 coffees this morning. I'm all like, ooh. The thing that I don't like about like the mainstream Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, Super Hulock, Millennium,
fantasy,
Millennial
core. It's for people that aren't allowed to watch Harry Potter anymore.
Love that. I love that. Oh my god.
One of my favorite tweets of all time is, it's like you can avoid watching Game of Thrones by putting on the Lord of the Rings and then pausing it to watch porn every 10 minutes. That to me is so funny. And I know that's like a very basic, puritanical Gen Z kid to think, but I thought that was hilarious because I'm like, that is literally how it feels to watch an episode of Game of Thrones. It's like watching Lord of the Rings, and then you're like, and now they're gonna like brutally just beat the fuck out of somebody, and then they're gonna fuck, and then we're gonna go back to the actual story.
Oh.
I mean, in the case of Game of Thrones, this sounds so stupid, but from my perspective and how much I'm not a huge fantasy like reader or watcher, so there's nothing in Game of Thrones that I can't get from what I like about the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
those movies are long, they're huge, they are objectively speaking pretty much the best movies ever made.
Yeah, I watched them like very recently, as you know.
Oh hell yeah! Okay, so then it's like I don't have the compulsion to like go into the Game of Thrones world because I go, you know what, I'm gonna be stacking it against what is arguably, if not completely, the greatest movies ever made. Yeah. So like, who cares?
Yeah. I was getting recommended Game of Thrones the most when I was reading the First Law trilogy for the first time by Joe Abercrombie, which is like my thing.
That's like your jam.
I fucking love it. I hope they release that dog awful Love, Death, and Robots director Best Served Cold movie. It's been like 2 years since they announced Rebecca Ferguson as the lead, so I don't think
they haven't shot it.
I don't know. There's like no updates, so I don't even know if it's happening. But if it does, I'm going to be eating.
There is such an interesting world to movies that are not big enough for people to like hound them to come out, but like they got announced. I mean,
yeah,
it happens a lot in superhero movies, and it doesn't happen or whatever. But the lost potential of like real cool, like creatively directed, interesting stuff that just doesn't happen at all.
Witcher.
Right now, the big thing is, I mean, yeah. Number one Witcher hater / lover.
Oh well. Let's get it straight. Let's set the record straight. Witcher Netflix hater, absolute like dog shit piece of media. Lauren Hissrich, you are on my shit list. He's not even there anymore. It's Liam Hemsworth.
Superman, he played The Witcher.
He played The Witcher, and now he's gonna be a space marine in Warhammer. Like I don't give a shit.
I can't wait for Henry Cavill to go make the Warhammer movie or show or whatever, and it be bad, and people go, "God damn, bad luck for Henry Cavill." What could the common denominator between these 3 projects be? Is it possible that Henry Cavill is like not as amazing a participant in these things as you think he is?
It sucks because like I know I feel bad talking about shit about actors on the podcast.
Oh, I have a huge crush on Henry Cavill, so it's okay for me to shit talk him because I think he's like a god. So that's totally fine. So we can shit on him all we want.
I think Sorry. I think his qualities as someone who's very into Witcher and Warhammer and like nerd shit, it's very cute and it's something I do respect about him as like an actor and performer.
Yeah.
I think it brings a lot of interesting qualities to his work.
Sure.
Hate the dating the 19-year-old. I do hate that.
Hey, you know, in the world of actors, that's kind of the entrance fee. That's like that's you seen the stuff about David Harbour lately? Another like
no.
Millie Bobby Brown had to file harassment charges against him for the new season of Stranger Things, and he cheated on his wife and dating some much younger woman, and Millie Bobby Brown had to file like pages and pages of documentation being like he like sexually harasses me or whatever.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's just the cost of it.
I was wondering why. Okay. Oh. I was on YouTube Shorts the other day and I was showing him being like, I know,
what year is it?
I know. I was on YouTube Shorts yesterday.
I got an Internet Explorer on my computer and I was looking at some YouTube Shorts.
I was looking at the YouTube Shorts.
I don't know if you know about this, but they canceled the show Community. Isn't that crazy? You guys hear about this?
Give me some rope, time in a tree. Give me
that is a good example of a TV show that ended well because it didn't push its corpse into the ground. It didn't have like the most amazing whatever. It had some falters along the way.
God,
but great example of a show that ended when it was supposed to. And now that's another example of what we were just saying. A movie that got announced, there's a script, they've got the whole cast signed on, they haven't shot a frame. Yeah. Because Donald Glover is too busy, fetishizing Asian women or whatever. That's what he does, like, professionally, so.
I'm learning a lot today. As someone that is not on social media, I'm learning a lot today.
Yeah, this is the context that you as listeners need, which is that Mick is not on social media or the internet at all. Depending on when you're hearing this, it might be over by now, but today I was like, yeah, there's a government shutdown, and he was like, the government is shut down?
I'm so horrible, because I don't check the news often enough to be, like, up to date on, like,
They're gonna get you.
They're gonna get me. It's gonna be like on the news, front page, Seattle Tribune.
And you go all the way down the list. Then they came for the people that were on social media. But I said nothing because I was not on social media. That's you.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
well,
so I never know anything that's happening ever.
Yeah, David Harbour, creep. Donald Glover, creep.
Oh yeah, the
Henry
YouTube...
Cavill, maybe. What was the YouTube short that you were watching?
It was just him being like mean to Lily Allen. And I didn't even know they were married in the first place. So I was like,
they're not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, like, why is everyone, like, shit-talking David Harbour in
the
comments?
That's who he's married to now? Maybe that's who he cheated on his former partner with?
I don't know.
I don't follow enough of this. The thing that's funny is that he's a big part of the new Avengers Doomsday cast because he was in Thunderbolts and all that stuff. And it seems like, he's not big enough of a star for this to, like, ruin... For this to be savable, I don't think. I don't think that, like... I'm trying to think of an actor who, like, was so big... that like a scandal.
Johnny Depp.
Yes, that's a good example. Yeah. Johnny Depp certainly took a hit in terms of popularity or appeal or whatever, but the narrative was confusing enough that there were a lot of people willing to be like, Johnny's probably a good guy and continue seeing movies and whatever. And who cares?
Yeah.
But yes, that's a really good example of someone who he was so famous that even a pretty big scandal didn't like destroy his life. With David Harbour, it's like, buddy is not famous enough to like get through this one. And Millie Bobby Brown is easily like wins any PR battle because she's like widely known and loved by her generation.
Yeah.
For like an iconic television show.
I hate those faggots. I hate those gays. I'm Christian and married.
She's not Christian.
Holmes.
There's no way she's Christian.
Wasn't she like homeschooled and like super religious growing
up?
Well,
homeschooled, meaning she went to school on the set of Stranger Things, yeah. Like she got tutored all the way through.
Those faggots. I hate those trutties too. I can't say that. I
think we're allowed to, but they demonetize us if we use too many slurs.
Yeah, no, I can't say that.
When I was uploading like the last episode and like all this shit that we talk about, I'm like going through like the content rating system, and it's like hateful or bigoted speech, and I'm like, I'm so clocky they don't know that it's not hate speech. So it's like, I don't really know. But it didn't get flagged. We're good. So
yeah. Okay, I'll cut it back. Okay,
so the thing that we were going to try to get into for this episode, now that we've done our little intro spiel.
Yeah. How long has it been? Like 30 minutes?
Now that we've done like 30 minutes of like just getting you warmed up.
Yeah.
Is movies that have come out this year or that we've seen this year and sort of ranking and rating and review them. Okay, me as well. Here's what's funny. Is I was like coming up with a mental list of like stuff of like movies to cover, and then I was like, have I seen 5 movies in the theater this year?
Or have I seen
5 movies at all?
Let's see
So I'm
many
gonna,
I've seen.
yeah. If I don't, my phone is my camera, so I can't pull up my letterbox, but I can at
I
least.
can pull up your letterbox.
Oh yeah, okay. If you can do that, that might help because I can think of a few that I've seen. But when you haven't seen that many movies in a year, which I like never watch movies, I can get to this point where it's like the top 5 movies I saw this year are the 5 movies I saw. Or it's
Okay,
like if
but-
I saw 6 movies, then it's like I just got to figure out which one goes at the bottom.
Well, lucky for me, I've seen 105 movies exactly this year.
Jesus Christ!
I hope my email isn't in that.
Oh my god, 105 movies.
Yeah, this year. It might have been counting some from like December of last year. I don't really know how it works. I'm trying to find your letterbox. How does that work?
I don't know. It's under my old name and stuff too, so I don't know what.
I know. Found you.
Okay.
So, recent activity. Ooh, you saw Caught Stealing.
Yes, that is the one I want to talk about because I'm.
Ooh, really?
That is probably and I don't want to spoil where it ranks on my top
haven't seen it
5.
yet.
I go that one is probably my. Never mind. I'm not going to spoil. It could be anywhere on the list. You don't know.
You don't log every movie you see.
That is true.
How could you?
Very much forget. I don't even write reviews
on
for
here.
everything.
There's 4 that you've logged from this year.
From this year?
Baby Girl.
Oh my god.
Yeah, half star. The Substance, 5 stars and a like.
Wait, I know that I saw The Substance last year.
January 2025.
Really?
It was when you logged it.
Oh, I might have logged it late because I was
Yeah.
gonna say I'm pretty sure I logged that like right when it came out, and I think it came out like fall last year.
I didn't see it. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh
I
my
really
god,
need to.
so need to. First of all,
really
it
need
is
to.
just like 90 minutes of Margaret Qualley porn, which to me, unbelievable.
I know you like women, so I'm sitting there being like, "Where's the bears at?
Yeah,
Where's the leather
I mean,
harnesses?"
and also it's Demi Moore. Like it is like
I do love Demi Moore. She's amazing. She's
it is-
gorgeous in that movie.
Oh my
Even when
God.
like the hair's falling out and like she's got
Every single scene. If you've seen The Substance, you know how that movie ends. Even in that scene,
she looks gorgeous.
stunning.
She's just amazing.
Goddess. Every single
Goddess.
scene.
It also says Mickey 17.
Yeah, well,
from March.
I want to talk about that one too because
I also
really,
haven't seen it, even though I love Bong Joon-ho.
Okay,
Like one of my favorite directors
really,
ever.
really good.
I know. Someone was yelling
And then
at
I've
me
seen like
yesterday for
Superman,
that.
Fantastic Four, stuff that came out this year that's like
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen all
Thunderbolts
the-
ranks really high.
I think I've seen all of those with you, all the Marvel movies.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we probably have seen. Yeah. Oh well, you didn't see Superman with us, or did you?
I did not.
You did not. Okay.
And I still need to watch it. It's on
Damn.
HBO right now.
You
I
haven't
think so. I
seen
gotta.
Superman.
I
What are
haven't
we
seen Superman.
doing?
I know I missed it in theaters. I was gonna do like a whole thing and see it in 4DX because my coworker
Oh.
was like, "That's the way to do it."
4DX
If you,
where they
like-
pump the smells into the room.
Yeah.
What
I've never
is
done
the
it,
smell
but
of Superman?
sweat. Hopefully.
No, he's indestructible. I don't think he has normal human fatigue.
And then
thing
Caught
is-
Stealing is your most recent one.
Okay, yeah, because I just saw that like 2 months ago. I saw it in LA. I have this tradition, like every time I go to LA, I try to go see a movie because it feels
yeah.
like special. That it's like, oh, I'm in the place where they make the movies.
I'm in
gonna go down to
Hollywood.
see a picture at the Cineplex. And so I always try to go
I'm here
see a
to
movie.
see a Nickelodeon.
So I go in and they're playing a Western on loop, and I watch the first half of it, and then the first half. Oh my god! Real deep cut cinephile shit. You viewers wouldn't get it. I have an eyelash in my eye that is fucking me.
Get it
up.
out. Get it out.
Oh my god! It's punishment for making fun of the institution of the theater in 2025. Don't you know the Nickelodeon? Don't you know the Nickel Theater is going away next year? There's I follow on TikTok. There's a theater in Seattle that they do TikToks when they update like their marquee board, and it's fun to watch them put the letters up.
Ooh, which one? Is
Pretty
it
fun.
the
It's the one in Ballard, like way over
I'm trying to-
Majestic
oh,
Bay.
Majestic Bay.
Yeah,
That was my
I have
childhood
not seen a
theater.
movie there, but it looks cool.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen a movie there in like 15 years, but it's so
Damn.
so lovely.
Yeah, it looks cool. It looks anyway. So okay,
Yeah.
so let's go. So let's say of the top whatever, however many we could go up until we get to like number 1. If you have a pick for what your 5 or your top couple are, or we can just do in no particular order because I mean. I don't think I have like a super firm order. I just have a couple that really stand out.
I think I have mine, but it'd probably be in order from top to bottom.
Okay. Okay, so hit us from,
Yeah.
either the whole list or we can go one at a time.
I'm gonna forget if we do one at a time.
Okay, hit us with the list.
I got
and we'll
the
dig into
ADHD.
them. Because it also, it depends like what ones we've overlapped on that we've both seen or have not
True.
seen. So,
Okay, that I've seen this year. Not all of them are I don't think any of them are releases from this year, actually. Oh, wait, no, one of them is. My top, The Shrouds, David Cronenberg.
Okay.
I loved The Shrouds. Cronenberg, you did it again! It was so good. Okay.
This is why you need to watch The Substance, because I don't know much about Cronenberg, but I know you would love The Substance.
Exactly. I love Cronenberg. Cronenberg and Verhoeven were, like, my discoveries this year, which, like... just amazing directors that everyone knows and like either hates or loves. So it was kind of, for me, I was like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
I saw RoboCop, and the first movie I've cried at in like a really long time, like
other than
bawling.
Like Grimlock Cute Moments compilation.
Other than that, other than the
we
GIF,
changed
like,
the camera angle so you guys can see Grimlock now, and you know what makes him cry. Yeah.
And the bitch I hate in the back. Sorry, Optimus. Yeah, I got all that. I didn't rewatch Transformers 1986 for a really long time until I moved because I cry when Starscream dies in the beginning. Like, I used to cry every single time I tried to rewatch it, so I didn't rewatch it for
Makes sense.
a couple years.
Why put yourself through that if you don't need to? Makes sense. Save it for a special occasion. Just gotta get the tears out.
True.
Put on Transformers.
True, but I didn't cry last time I saw it, and I was so proud of myself.
Wow.
I was like, I didn't cry when Starscream died.
So that's your Cronenberg. Your number one.
Yes. What's your number one, actually? Let's do.
I was going to say, I think my number one is Caught Stealing because it subverted...
The Aronofsky.
It subverted everything. So Aronofsky, for me, I have this sort of love-hate relationship with.
Yeah, I feel like most people do.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that maybe we'll get into it on this episode. I don't know. Maybe we don't have as much time. Maybe we save it. But you and I have a big valley of disagreement about Yorgos Lanthimos. And
I need to see Vergonia. I need to see Vergonia.
I feel that Aronofsky has a similar thing, which is that I sometimes feel with his movies that the content of the movie does not justify itself. That, like, you didn't need to depict that way to have the exact same, like, emotional punch or, like, the storytelling you want.
Yeah.
I mean, Black Swan is like that. Black Swan is, like, a pretty, like, volatile, like, emotional, high-intensity movie. And I also feel like there are moments in that I'm like, we could have communicated that, I guess. But, like, it didn't need to be so... I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to take away, like, someone's artistic choice and freedom to do something artistically, sure. But the best example of this is Pi, his first movie. And I watched this in, like, film school way back when. And Pi is a very funny movie because it's black and white, which I love for a first movie. Great.
I love black and white films.
It's really cool. It's a low budget, but that means that it has a great aesthetic. It's this guy who thinks he's discovered this number that's in Pi that's like the solution of the universe. And then like the movie is like, it's very Aronofsky because it's a blurring of like, is he being tracked down by the government to like steal this number from him and his computer and all that? Or is he hallucinating all that because he's paranoid and is all of this totally made up? Does he have the number? Has he figured anything out? It's very compelling to watch. And also, there's like scenes where he's like coming on his computer and stuff. And it's like,
work, love.
For sure.
Love.
And it is visceral. It is intense. It will like, it is a really good example of like paranoia in a movie, right? Mm-hmm. And something that Aronofsky does, and he does this in Mother and things like that, is usually you hit a point in an Aronofsky movie where he's like, and now shit gets really fucking weird, and you don't know if it's real or not. Meaning, like, within the movie, you don't know if these events are actually occurring to this character or
Which
if
is something
they're
that
hallucinating.
I love.
Sure, and I like, I'm not opposed to that conceptually. So it's not, I don't want to say that that's like a knock on Aronofsky. It is his signature thing. Yeah. I haven't seen The Whale, but I think that happens at the end, right? Isn't there like...
I haven't seen it.
Okay, I think there's something pseudo-psychedelic near the end where it kind of, when the heavens open and he floats and whatever. Yeah. That's great. So when I went to see Caught Stealing, I'm in LA, I'm thinking, I'm going to watch the new Aronofsky movie. Austin Butler looks hot as fuck.
He looks great lately.
So fucking good in that movie.
I don't really like his face.
Love Zoe Kravitz.
I love Zoe Kravitz. She's
and it's
gorgeous.
Matt Smith. So I'm like, I like Matt Smith. I like Zoe Kravitz. I like Austin Butler. Hell yeah. I had seen the trailer for this movie, and my gripe every time I saw the trailer was like, okay, I guess I've seen the movie. Because the trailer sets up everything. The trailer is like, and then this happens, and this happens, and this. So I'm thinking, whatever. But I thought, you know what? It's Aronofsky. That means it'll take a psychedelic turn, and that'll be fun to see. Like, whatever. I didn't look up, like, I wasn't worried about, like, the content of the film and if it was going to be, like, too intense or gory or whatever. I thought, if anything, like, maybe I'll be surprised and it'll be, crazy, but, like, that'll be a fun experience. So, I won't spoil it for anyone that hasn't seen it, but what I will say is, having seen the trailer and thinking that was the whole movie was the best surprise ever.
Isn't it like the first 10 minutes?
Yes. At like the 25-minute mark, something happens and it makes you go, holy shit, I haven't seen any of this movie. And you realize that all of the trailer did was set you up to like right before that.
I like
then
that
the
a
rest
lot.
of the movie is crazy. And it doesn't do it. It doesn't do what Aronofsky does. It never goes psychedelic. It becomes more real as the movie goes on, and you learn more of what's happening, and you get more anxious because you're like, I found myself like
okay.
halfway through being like, I kind of hope that there's like a psychedelic moment in this so I can get like a break from being like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But it doesn't ever let up. It's great. It's really good for that.
That sounds very up my alley.
Reminded me a lot, and I will say this, and then real cinephiles in the comments will be like, that's cool, you should die. When I was younger, maybe not so much anymore, but Baby Driver has always been one of my favorite movies.
It's a fun movie.
And
like,
I don't think it has aged very well for many reasons. I don't think people hold it in as high regard as they used to.
I mean, it's a Edgar Wright film. Like, it's always going to have some sort of appeal because his style is just so, like, punchy and fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't love that movie even when it came out. It didn't, like, change my life. But even when, like, I love the soundtrack.
Soundtrack's so good. But
It's, like,
regardless,
fun
Caught
action
Stealing reminded me a
sequences.
lot of Baby Driver. But if you took all of the, like, theatricality out of Baby Driver and you just had the, like, this is a criminal chase for 2 hours. And you're just, like, terrified that the guy's going to get caught. The whole movie. And it doesn't pull any punches. Because, like, in Baby Driver, you're able to, like, the whole movie, it has that sort of fabricated, like,
Plot
fun
armor?
thing where, where you're like, okay, I know that, like, you know, something might go wrong at the heist, but generally we're going to get another chase scene or whatever.
Yeah.
With Caught Stealing, some shit happens where you're like, oh my God, like the movie could go anywhere from here, you know, and it's really good. So I highly recommend. There's a lot of scenes that I really like because it doesn't use a lot of music. So there's long chase scenes that are just like action, just stuff happening, no music. And that's really fun. It's really good. It's really, really good. I liked it a lot.
That's something.
And Austin Butler fucking kills it. He's so good.
I feel so bad because earlier I said I don't like his face, but you were talking, so I like didn't continue that thought. I was gonna say Bang and Bod,
Yeah.
but like he has that
He
like
looks so good.
Yeah.
In this movie, he's a baseball player. He's always got the hat on. Every fucking scene, he's got a cigarette.
he's
like,
very gorgeous.
they're not gonna let me out of here. Yeah, I gotta go swing the baseball bat. And it's like,
I know so many people have said this, but him and Dune,
him and Dune is
woo, woo.
another level. Another level. Also hilarious because I love, this is the case in Caught Stealing and in Dune, that Austin Butler now, you're essentially casting the Elvis voice. Because even in Dune, it's like the first scene he steps out, and you're thinking and he's like, hey mama.
Yeah, I remember that.
The spice must flow, mama.
I remember seeing that in theaters, and I like never saw the Elvis movie, but I'm like, oh my god, he's doing the
moving his head,
voice.
he's going, oh baby, the Kwisatz Haderach. Oh yeah, crazy. He's so good.
For how could this be? Or wait, and how could this be? For he is the Kwisatz Haderach. I've been getting really into quoting that lately. I've been also getting really into noticing, I guess, when movies and video games have like no sound.
Yeah.
It's something I've been noticing more when I watch like, I don't know, more recent movies. I've been on the big Grindhouse kick for the past like year.
Nice.
In like surreal movies. So when there's a lack of a score, it just stands out so much.
Yep.
Same thing in video games. I feel like this is getting like tangentially related, but like AAA and AA studios, not that those really exist right now.
Sure.
But when they have like a lack of a song, it just makes the gameplay so tense for me.
Oh yeah.
But sometimes it's just overused and they didn't want to like pay their composers.
Right.
Bloodlines 2.
Not the direct call out.
Rick Schaefer, I'm so sorry what they did to you, honey. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. I just think it's really interesting, and I want more of it, but I want more of it like thoughtfully. I feel like sometimes it's just them forgetting.
Caught Stealing works really well in this. There's some scenes in it where Matt Smith's character is listening to like 70s Brit pop, or not Brit pop. Oh my god, punk. And so he's listening to like punk music, and it's really jarring because it's like they're in a car, and then like the radio comes on, and it's really fucking loud, and you are like, oh wow, like I forgot about like music, and it's cool. Like it has this really neat like tense effect, which is great.
That just reminded me, girl, we have something to talk about.
Okay.
I don't think you're gonna know anything about it, but girl, we have something to talk about. You don't play video games, but a video game came out that you would be over the moon to play.
Really?
Dispatch.
Okay.
So it is an indie game by some of the folks that worked on like at Telltale for a really long time. So like Wolf Among Us, Walking Dead, all that.
Telltale is the Lego games, right?
Not the Lego
games. No, that's
games.
Traveler's Tales.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
That's
it's
TT.
like the story games, little
okay, got it.
QTE type games.
I was like the Lego guys. I'm in.
But it's a superhero game with Aaron Paul and and Laura Bailey and like so many like amazing actors and actresses. And you work as a former superhero who's been like kind of recently put out of a job, and he's hunting the guy who killed his dad, and that's the setup. And it's Aaron Paul. You play as Aaron Paul.
Oh my god.
And he works as
I'm a superhero, bitch.
That's literally how it is. Oh my god, he eats. Like all his line deliveries are just it's
amazing.
So good. But you dispatch the superheroes.
Okay.
And it's kind of like
that's fucking sick.
It's so up your alley, girl.
Oh my god, I gotta find this. That actually sounds really sick.
I think it's PC only right now, but it's episodic, so it's like a different episode every week.
Okay. So, interesting. Okay.
There's 2 new episodes coming out tomorrow. You would be so into it. It's
I gotta
so
find
good.
This. That actually sounds really, really cool.
It's like really horny, but in a way I really enjoy.
It's superheroes. It's automatically horny.
Yeah,
these motherfuckers.
Horny.
Hot.
Horned up in heat.
They call him the Devourer.
Devouring that.
Come on.
Devouring that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Eat it
not
up.
These guys, they're teenagers. So
not those guys.
Not the Ninja Turtles. No. They're children.
And not the Transformers, obviously.
Well, not all of them. But anyway. I'm sure that you'll address that publicly at some point.
At some point, like you did last episode.
Yeah,
Bumblebee sucking and fucking. All day, all night.
Okay, so my top is caught stealing. Your top is the
shrouds.
The shrouds. So what's next? What do you have lower down the list?
Well, I didn't tell my story about the shrouds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I should do that like real fast.
Yeah.
I saw it at a matinee, so there was like no one there, and it was all old people that had no idea what they were signing up for.
Amazing.
It was great. I got a migraine because I was holding in laughter the entire time because I felt so bad because there's all these old people that were all like unsettled and like trying to take it super seriously and like really locked in.
I love an old person who has no idea what movie they're seeing. I saw The Lighthouse with a bunch of old people one time.
No!
They're in there, he's fucking jacking off on top of the mermaid, and they're all like, when does he turn into Batman? And I'm like, I don't...
That's how the shrouds felt. Because, like, oh my god, just top-notch cast. It had such good writing. It was so surreal. Like, that was kind of my theme for my top 5, basically, is that I had a really big surrealism kick earlier this year that just kind of, like, carried on until a couple months ago, where I was like, okay, I need things that are ridiculous now.
Yeah.
But The Shrouds was very surreal, very funny, but it just doesn't come across as a dark comedy, but you're sitting there watching it, and it helped that I read an interview before from Cronenberg being like, all my movies are rom-coms. Love that interview. Love that. Anyway.
Somebody tell Kristen Bell. I think that was who said that. Some actress came out this week and was like, they don't make rom-coms anymore. That's where we learn to love. And
the Shrouds.
Like,
learning to love. Watching, yeah.
He made another film recently, right?
Maybe.
Or like within the last couple years. And I think it was like a big return. Or maybe that's what this is.
Oh, he did Crimes of the Future.
Maybe that's
like
what I'm thinking of.
Like in 2021,
Okay, yeah. I was thinking like within the 2020s, he made another one, and it was like
as Kristen Stewart, Lea Seydoux.
Okay, yeah. That's what I was thinking.
I need to watch that one really bad.
Because other than that, he hadn't made a feature in a long time, right?
Something like that, yeah. I forget what his most recent movie would be before that.
Okay.
Fake fan, but yeah, I love his movies. Top. Okay, speaking of, actually, my second one is probably Naked Lunch, which is also Cronenberg.
Okay, nice.
That movie unironically changed my life. I had no idea what I was getting into. I just watched RoboCop. Or wait, no. Other way around. I watched Naked Lunch on a whim, I believe.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I like William S. Burroughs. I didn't watch Queer, but like I still need to watch it because it's James Bond. Daniel Craig.
And it's Guadagnino, right? Is the director? Yeah. Well, I mean... Guadagnino, generational run right now.
Oh yeah, he's on a roll.
He's making what is he making? He's making another movie right now that I am really interested in seeing, but it's damn. I wish I could remember what it is. Hey, whatever his next movie is, I'm like stoked on. I don't remember.
I remember
now. It's completely evading
Should I cheat?
me.
Should I
what
cheat
it is? Yeah. Look it up.
Letterboxd?
What his next film is? Because obviously, like Challengers is maybe my top movie of last year. Challengers is so fucking good.
I didn't see it.
Challengers
I
is
need
so
to
good
watch a lot of
from
movies.
a gay perspective as well, because you go into the movie being like, oh, this is pretty straight. It's about like a three-way where like they both are into this hot girl, and the hot girl is Zendaya. The movie is a beautiful gay love story where Zendaya is basically like, she like is playing the two of them, and the movie is about how like they are in love with each other and don't realize it. What's his next movie?
Is it Lord of the Flies?
Oh, is that what I'm thinking of?
He's apparently set to direct a version of Lord of the Flies. Wait,
I feel like there was something else
check,
that
you check.
Let's see what I'm thinking of here.
Because I remember also being like, "Oh, he's on that project. That's strange," or like, "That's exciting." But I can't think of what it is.
I don't know. Maybe I'm totally stupid.
I could also
I guess
easily be mixing
he did After the
else.
Hunt, which is that new movie with Io Debris and Andrew Garfield and some other people, which I don't know if it's good. But regardless, Challenger's amazing, so I'm not surprised that if Queer is also good, I'm sure it's great.
I need to watch it really bad, but
Yeah. But Naked Lunch.
Yes, William S. Burroughs, same author that did those novels.
Right.
I need to finish one of his novels, but I really enjoy the way that he writes.
Hell yeah.
Naked Lunch is just a masterpiece of film to me. Like
Damn.
it also just hits all my marks of what I like.
When did it come
personally.
out? Like, how old is it?
1996, I believe. Very good year for
interesting.
movies.
Okay.
Something like that. But it's forgetting his name. Not Peter Cullen, that's Optimus Prime. Oh my god, it's Peter something. Oh my god, what's his name? RoboCop. What's his name? The actor. What's his name?
I only know one Peter
my
in my
God.
life, and he's dead.
Oh my god, I'm gonna remember like the second I leave, and it's gonna make me so mad.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
the guy that plays William S. Burroughs or William Lee in the movie is the same guy that plays RoboCop. And
okay.
I hadn't seen RoboCop yet, but I knew that it was the same actor.
Right.
So I watched Naked Lunch. Legit changed my life. I could not shut up about it for like 3 months. It was
Damn.
intense.
I feel like you did tell me about it when you watched it, because it was so like.
I need to rewatch it. It's so good.
I should watch it because I'm sure it's great.
Girl,
Is it like terrifying and upsetting?
I wouldn't say so. It's very surreal. It's a retelling of all of William S. Burroughs' work is kind of like autobiographical in some way, or at least semi-autobiographical.
So like one time he had lunch, he was naked.
Obviously, yeah.
It took him about an hour and a half,
and
they
there's
made a movie.
bugs, and then
Oh.
yeah. But it opens.
I said, "Is it disturbing?" You said, "Not really," and then what you're just like even vaguely suggesting is pretty horrifying.
I have such a huge double standard for what is disturbing, what is not disturbing. Like,
rank it above or below Megalopolis in terms of how upsetting it is to watch.
Well, here's the thing:
because I think Megalopolis is a purely joyful experience because it is so funny on accident.
Okay.
So people will say like bad movies and
I'm so biased because I would put it like on the same level by that metric as Megalopolis.
Okay.
But it's very upsetting to some other people.
Sure. Okay, I have a pretty high threshold for like if something's gross.
There's Bugjism.
Oh.
And Bughole.
That's probably.
And he like fingers the bug hole and it turns into a typewriter. And there's jism and he drinks the jism.
So okay.
It's really good.
Just go,
it's really
pause
good.
for a second. I don't care if it's like scary or like gross or whatever. It's just like, is it like existentially disturbing?
Yes. No hesitation, yes.
That is the appeal.
So William S. Burroughs accidentally murdered his wife.
What? Well, then it would just be not murder.
It's complicated.
How? He was just trying to like do her an enormous amount of harm.
So she placed a glass on her head, and this is how the movie basically opens.
Oh.
After like a brief intro to like the characters in the world that like his world, I guess I should say. But she puts a glass on her head, and then he shoots it, but accidentally shoots her in the head and kills her.
Okay.
And the movie is kind of like a slow unraveling of that through, like, delving deeper into his own drug addiction, William Lee, the character. And Cronenberg very intentionally blended the fictional work that he wrote around this Naked Lunch with his actual life. So the movie's more like
the movie
grounded in
does
what
more than the
happened.
book does in terms of like
Yes.
the autobiographical aspects.
Yeah, and
right?
William
It
S. Burroughs
becomes
put his
more-
big thumbs up on it too. He was on the set and like
Wow.
saw some of the stuff that he was going on. There's
Interesting.
kick-ass pictures of him with like the mugwump prosthetics, which are like the big bugs. It's so cool.
Damn, interesting. Okay. I will say I'm much more open to watching something that might be disturbing or whatever if it is like a thematic exploration of something real.
Yeah.
Because then it's like
so
I will say,
interesting.
as much as this sounds shitty, that has been some of my hesitation with David Lynch stuff. Is that
Really?
well, with the Eraserhead specifically, it's supposed to be like it's about fatherhood, but it's like the themes are so buried that it's like I don't think I'm getting out of this. I don't mind like a gross weird thing if like it tells me, I communicate something.
Mm-hmm.
The themes don't feel clear enough to me to like make it enjoyable. But if what you're describing is the case, that it is like there is thematic information and it's compelling, then like that's fine if it's gross.
I like a buried lead if it's gross. That's my thing with movies. I'm kind of into that. Yeah, because I don't know. I also am a person who likes to rewatch movies. So
Sure.
if something is kind of buried in the beginning and rewatching it actually adds context.
I very rarely rewatch movies. Like
Yeah.
the movies I have seen a handful of times have been because like when I was younger I would rewatch them. So it's like I've seen Interstellar or La La Land or stuff that you watch
Those are
in high
tough
school.
ones to rewatch.
I've seen those movies like 100 times. Like I think I've seen La La Land probably like 30 times.
Damn.
And I've seen and we used to watch Inception all the time
Damn.
when I was in high school.
Those are hard movies to rewatch.
Well, it's because they were like some of the only movies that my parents would let us watch when I was in high school because they
That's
were
crazy.
like adult movies, but they weren't really like profane, so we would watch them a lot.
Was it
and-
Tarantino? Pulp Fiction repeat.
Yeah, oh my god, I didn't watch Pulp Fiction until I was in college, and thank God I waited because I hate that movie. And if
Yeah.
I had wasted some of my time when I lived at home watching a movie that I ended up hating, I still think that Tarantino's best is Reservoir Dogs, and that's just because
I haven't seen a lot of his movies still. I just like Kill Bill.
the only one I
kinda
haven't
like
seen
the
is
ones.
what's the Kurt Russell one where they're in the
Oh, Kurt Russell. I love Kurt Russell.
where they're in the
Death Proof.
cabin.
Death Proof.
No, not Death Proof. The other
What?
one. It is Kurt Russell's in that, but what is it fucking called? Where they're in the cabin and it's like they're it's like the seven.
Oh, Hateful Eight?
Hateful Eight. It's like the seven
Oh.
deadly sins. What?
I almost watched that
Hateful
last
Eight I
week,
had not
actually.
seen. Yeah.
I need to
But
watch it really bad.
The rest of his movies are pretty good. Whatever. But Reservoir Dogs is really good. It's like a bottle episode. It all takes place in a warehouse.
Oh.
It's tightly scripted.
Oh.
It's fucking just murderer's row of actors. It's so good. It's like after a robbery, all the criminals start like meeting at this designated meeting place, and the robbery went bad, and so you piece together how it went bad by the conversations they
Ooh.
have in the thing. It's fucking awesome. It's really good.
I kind of hate Tarantino because he's like an awful person that I despise and like
Yeah.
don't want to see ever, but he makes really good movies.
I
Or not
will
really
say
good
this.
movies. Makes really compelling scripts.
He makes movies the way that, and I'm going to say something right now that I know there are people in the audience that will want to burn me at the stake, and I'm fine saying this. He makes movies the way that I need the perfect example of a musician for this. The way that The Weeknd makes albums, which is
Elaborate on that, yeah.
objectively speaking, they are of enormous quality. Yes. However, I am like enough a fan of The Weeknd to know his music. I'm not like a diehard fan. But part of the appeal is that everybody likes it. So part of why people think it's a good movie is because they like participating in the everybody likes this and it doesn't feel quite mainstream enough. The Weeknd isn't Beyonce or fucking
Drake.
Taylor Swift or Drake or whatever. He feels like he's just outside of it. And objectively, they're great albums. But also, a lot of why people like it is because they like being like, actually, I'm not that big a Drake fan. I like The Weeknd. Actually, I'm not a Nolan fan. I like Tarantino. That is part of his popularity is that he's this slightly off-center popular pick. And I think that
I
does a lot of
guess so.
legwork for his movies that they don't, he benefits from that more than people would like to admit, I think.
That's a fair point to make. I can definitely see that from like people who like do watch movies versus don't watch movies and
Yeah.
like that don't watch movie demographic. Like no hate, no shade. Like
Sure,
just,
yeah.
some people just don't watch
Yeah, I'm
movies.
not saying that anybody who
Yeah.
likes those things is doing something wrong
Oh,
by
yeah,
any
no, no, no.
measure. Just
Yeah.
that, like, part of what makes people be like, this is so good is because they want to show that they're, like, not like everybody else. They actually
I can
like
see
the
that,
other
yeah.
shit. And it's like, but that shit is part of the mainstream still.
Yeah.
Like, if you list off the 5 famous directors, most famous directors working right now, it's like Tarantino's on the list. So, like, it's not an indie pick. It's not a weird, different thing, but people pretend like it is because it adds some, like, cool credibility to their love of movies. And I'm like, you don't...
Yeah.
Like, when you say you like Cronenberg, I'm like, that is a real, like, choice pick, right? I don't even know that I have a director that I could point to as, like, that's, like, the perfect director, as whatever. But at least if you have an opinion on somebody and it's not like one of the main people that everyone knows, that's great.
Yeah, I think with Tarantino, for me specifically, I'm also just raised in a cinephile household. Like, I watched Kill Bill a little too young, so I
guess I should say I've never seen that. I've never seen Kill Bill either, or maybe I've seen the first one, but not the second one. It was so long ago, I don't remember. But
yeah, it's been a while since I watched Kill Bill, but I recently kind of was like unearthing my personal Tarantino knowledge because I watched oh my god,
Tintin Quarantino.
Tintin Quarantino. Tintin Quarantino, new Lupin villain. This is what that sounds like. Oh my god, what's not Dead by Daylight? That's a video game. The vampire movie.
Death Proof? Wait, what?
The vampire movie that he was in with George Clooney. Why am I blanking on the name right now?
Who?
I'm so bad.
Tarantino?
Yeah, he was in a movie. It's basically what Sinners is a remake of, arguably.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Not
it's like one of the
Interview
most
with
famous.
A Vampire?
No, it's
I
like
don't
one of
know
the most famous vampire movies ever. Why am I blanking on what it is?
I have no idea what you're
I
talking
hated
about.
this movie.
I mean, I don't doubt any movie where Tarantino's acting in it.
It's really rough, and he's like
good.
a horribly racist rapist and like murders people.
Quentin Tarantino.
It's like
he says racist stuff and he does raping. What?
Why am I blanking on what this movie is called so hard? But it's basically the same plot as Sinners, but horrible and awful and worse in so many levels.
I have no idea what this is.
There was one part of this movie that I liked, and it's because it was campy, and everything else around that just felt so not camp. I get the appeal, I really do, but I'm so picky with vampire stuff personally. It's really gonna bother me that I'm not remembering anything today. But yeah, I watched that and I was kind of thinking, we gotta get to your number 2.
I mean, we'll get there.
I was thinking about like Kill Bill and what I liked about Tarantino growing up, especially like learning how to watch movies and like deconstruct them.
Yeah.
He has a very interesting practice in that, especially watching Kill Bill and
his
like
movies are like
love letters to film.
Yes, they are like technically speaking like profoundly good like representations of a movie. And that's what I'm talking about with the Weeknd albums. They are pop music to perfection. They do what you're supposed to do in a pop album so well. I will say, I don't think Tarantino moves movies forward.
No, it's like, he's kind of like stuck in this place in time, or he creates movies stuck in this place in time that's so interesting to me.
Yeah.
Because it's so highly referential, and he's like doing something that's like, I don't want to say everything's a reference to something, but because
it kind of
he's
is in his movies.
Yeah,
like everything feels like it is a callback to a piece of movie history,
which is so interesting.
Yeah.
What makes his movies so like compelling and worth talking about, in my opinion, even if they're like morally reprehensible or you don't like Tarantino or like
it's not that when you make a Tarantino movie you have to make sure that all the characters are like good people.
Oh no, yeah, I totally get what you're saying.
But yes, Tarantino, I think, I don't know. I like wanton violence and all that stuff. That's fine. That's funny. But there is a thing with Tarantino where people love to like those parts of the movies because it makes them appear like
edgy and like out of the norm. Yeah,
like someone who starts with being like, well, I like Tarantino, and they're like talking about the movies as like, I love that scene in Django where he shoots the guy, and it's like, okay, but that's like not the point. Or I love Pulp Fiction. They blow that guy's head off in the back of the car, and it's like, yeah, that's
why he's so interesting to talk about, because that mass appeal versus like for someone who really likes movies and really likes what he does, like from a crafting perspective.
Yes. Yeah,
like,
that's true.
That's such a wild contradiction or like butting of heads.
Yes.
That makes it so interesting to like talk about and
to be fair, that when people do that right, I think it is incredible. Like Beyonce is like the queen of that. Her music is both like enormously popular, super influential. People love it and adore it. And also, if you are like a scientist of music and music history and the references she's making, the way that she's also that.
Yeah,
so it's like when it works, it's great, and I wouldn't
comparing
knock
Beyonce to Tarantino is
no, I was
crazy,
gonna say,
but, like, I get it.
I'm not equating the two because in no world are they the same.
True, yeah.
Because like I also believe that most people could hold a conversation with Beyonce and not want to kill themselves, and that's certainly not the case with Tarantino. So
very true, very true.
Definitely not.
Wrapping it back around. You're number two. You're number two.
I think second ranked, I would tie second place for me, and this is just pure personal enjoyment, is having July be both Fantastic Four and Superman.
Yeah.
That was huge for me. You guys can see I'm a big Galactus fan, and what they did in the...
You were geeking out. I was sitting next to you.
I can't believe it. In my lifetime, as a kid, there were like 4 characters that were like the pinnacle of media to me. It was Spider-Man 2099, Moon Knight, Silver Surfer, and Galactus.
They're all here.
In like the last 2 years, or I guess it's been a couple years since Moon Knight, but within the last couple years, those 4 characters have gone to like the forefront of pop culture. When I was like 10 years old, no one knew who they were. I mean, Galactus,
Moon Knight,
Silver
no
Surfer.
one knew who Moon Knight was.
Right. If you would have been like, what if Batman were all white and he was in Marvel and he also had like, he was like schizophrenic?
Yeah.
People would be like, that sounds stupid. Now
he's so cool.
He's cool. He's in Marvel Rivals. He's whatever. That's great. So the fact that those 4 characters are like big now is amazing to me. I can't believe that. I think it's amazing. So Fantastic Four coming out was huge. Love the Fantastic Four. I like the old ones, not the 2015, but the prior to. I love those movies. I think they're really good. But they're obviously like of their time. They're fun in the way that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is, where you're like, oh wow, they hadn't really like found the formula yet. So there's a lot of elements of like movie in this, and there's a lot of elements of like it looks like a Pepsi commercial, and that's great. Like I like that. I think that's fun.
That era of superhero movies, like we were kind of talking about this last episode with G.I. Joe.
Yeah,
like the G.I. Joe movies are such an interesting capsule of also that.
Totally.
Where they're like trying to find like because that was also the era of like the gritty remakes.
Totally.
And that whole trend.
Well,
era.
and Fantastic Four is really funny because when they've been this sort of like marker of progress through the history of like superhero movies, because the Roger Corman one that is not released, the old one, is really like, it is of the time where they were trying to make like serialized TV show type low budget superhero stuff.
Yeah.
And you can see it because there's like old Captain America serialized media and Wonder Woman stuff and whatever. So those movies are intended to, that Roger Corman movie is intended to be that, and it failed and didn't release and whatever. Then 10 years go by, we're in like the Ben Affleck Daredevil, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man era of superhero movies where they haven't really figured it out. So some of them are good, some of them are bad. Then those Fantastic Four movies come out and they do the same thing. They kind of don't work because they're of their time and they're not innovative.
Yeah.
And it's fine. I mean, I think they're good for what they are, but they certainly didn't have like lasting cultural impact because they were just exactly like everything else out. Then you get to 2015 where the MCU is in full swing. What people want is movies that are like superhero movies. The genre is pretty settled. We know what we're going to get, so we make one. That movie is so bad because it doesn't innovate. It is just a straight down the middle, shitty, like special effects show, and then it's bad. What I liked about this Fantastic Four that just came out is it feels like the first time a Fantastic Four movie has innovated and said, hey, let's like actually do something different and new. It's a period piece. We hardly get those. The only prominent period pieces that we've had in superhero movies are Wonder Woman, the first one, and the first Captain America. That's it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, there aren't really period piece stories, and even in both of those cases, they're period pieces, and then the end of the movie is how those characters, boom, are in the modern day, and it's really just a vehicle to get them to the modern day, right?
Yeah.
And so it's fun to have a period piece that's a pure period piece. Secondly, they said, what if we innovate, and in the number one year where everything is connected through the multiverse, we just have it take place in its own world. It has nothing to do with any movies that came before or after.
That was the part I liked the most of that movie.
Good.
Yeah.
I was so excited about that. Galactus was great. They said, same with Galactus, they said, what if instead of like redesigning the villain characters to be like a whole new, less comic booky, more like make him look like a fucking soldier like they do with every other. What if it just looked exactly like the comic book? What if it was a big-ass purple guy and he walked through the financial district of New York? And to like 10-year-old me and me now, I'm like, this is the greatest thing that could ever have existed. The suits, same thing. They don't make the suits look like they're wearing sweaters all movie. Yeah. That's awesome.
The costume design is really
They made
really
the
fun.
thing look good. They were like, what if we just took the picture that Jack Kirby drew and just made that the character? Boom, perfect.
Yeah.
Everything about it was innovative for what time we live in now. And that, to me, was what made it so good. And then by the same token, I think Superman does basically all those same things.
Oh,
Superman
yeah.
was like, what has made Superman not be that popular in the last 10 years? It's too dark, it's too gritty, it's too like, what if Superman were a real person?
Yeah.
And I think they found that what works and what actually people want is, what if Superman was just like the nicest guy ever?
That's what I've heard a lot about that new Superman movie, because, again, I haven't seen it, but it's both a critique, but also, like, the biggest critique that I see about the movie, but at the same time, the biggest compliment, I guess.
Yeah.
Or, like, praise, I should say, that people give the movie is that, like, it's too James Gunn.
Sure.
But it seems like the consensus is that the James Gunn formula just works for Superman
it does
in
work
the way
for
that he
Superman.
did it.
It's very funny because I think what I liked the most about the movie was that there were little moments where I could see like who directed it, and I was like, you know what? That actually makes this movie not perfect, and that's more fun.
Yeah.
It's more fun that there is like personality and quirkiness to the movie itself, and that like, when I see the poster, I'm instilled with a sense of like, that's Superman, bright, colorful, happy. And then I watch the movie and I go, it's not even perfect. Like there's little stuff here and there that feels kind of janky and whatever.
Yeah.
That's even more fun.
That's what makes movies worth
the
watching.
idea. Yes, exactly. I don't like the idea of the like, and I am largely more a defender of Zack Snyder's movies than other people are. Like I Batman vs Superman and his big Justice League, whatever.
Ooh.
I will defend those in many, many areas. So I'm not even a hater of those movies, but what I don't like about them is that anytime you see Superman, it is shot and framed in a way where he is so deified that you kind of forget you're watching a Superman movie and you're instead thinking about like how big the movie is. And I'm like, I don't really want to feel like that. I want to feel like I'm watching a Superman comic book. And a Superman comic book will have moments where you're like, oh yeah, because this is being written by so-and-so. So that's why they say this and this in this part. And that's how the movie felt to me. It was like exciting because it was like, oh yeah, it's like a guy made this movie.
Yeah, that's why, like, when it comes to the MCU, particularly for me, because that's just what I've seen the most of, and like Bayverse movies, it's just so formulaic. You can predict every twist and turn.
And Fantastic Four suffers from that, certainly. Yeah, Fantastic Four has that problem all the way through. But again, certain aspects of it innovate enough that it is worth it.
Yeah, and that's where I was kind of going with that. It's like what you're saying of having like a personality of a director in it, or like a writer or whoever, like that is what I miss. Because I remember like Guardians of the Galaxy, also James Gunn, when that came out, it was like, oh, this is different.
Right, there's
this
like a guy doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it felt like I don't know, a story worth listening to.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, I was there and in the trenches for like Civil War and all of that, and like all that MCU stuff. But when Guardians of the Galaxy came out, it just felt like such a shift.
Yep.
And then they tried to like match that success and like thing for like
even
Thor.
for Thor Ragnarok and for
I loved Thor Ragnarok.
Where they were like, the thing that
but
makes these movies good is that they're funny. And it's like, no, it's good because a guy made it. Even if you don't like aspects of it, which there's plenty to critique in Guardians of the Galaxy, Superman, whatever, that's fine. But it feels like somebody made it.
Yeah. And that's,
you know,
it's so interesting to compare to the comics too, because that is also like why I'm so picky with the comics that I read, is because I don't want it to be formulaic, like blah, 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 blah. Good guy gets the bad guy.
Yep.
I need more to it than that, which Skybound, shout out.
Yeah, there, especially with something like Transformers has had a big renaissance of like creator-driven storylines, and not just being like, okay, take the cartoon and translate the cartoon to comic book. That's it. You know, it's like innovative. It's different.
I want someone like having a take on it, you know? And that's what makes like superhero comics so interesting, is because these characters can exist through decades and decades and stories and have all this shit happen and all this shit be rewritten and blah, 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 blah. But as long as there's a writer or an artist that's wanting to do something different or like add their own spin to a character, for better or for worse, is what makes it interesting and why people kind of like return to it and keep reading.
Yes. Yep.
Again, for better or for worse, like the new DC comics that you tell me about.
There's, you know, things to be said in all directions for those new comics. But yes, I'm glad they exist and that there's something different or new happening all the time. That's the point. I think with Superman, that was a good example where I was like, oh, sweet. Like, the more we're like not precious about who has the keys to these things, the better the movies will get. Because maybe what will happen, I think this is pretty likely, we'll get James Gunn Superman movies for the next 5-10 years, however long he wants to make them. Yeah. That's fine. the idea of Superman being in a movie is not going to go away. So maybe after that, they'll be like, okay, we gave it to a guy. He did his take on it for a while. Let's give it to a different guy who's a newer director, younger director, and it is weirder, and maybe it's a totally different tone. But I'll be glad if the lesson learned is give it to an artist, a creator, and let them fuck around with it. Well, that's why I'm a defender of Zack Snyder's version of those characters to some extent. It's not for me all the time, and I don't even think it's always successful, but it was clearly a guy doing what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
And the only times it got bad were when the studio stepped in and were like, make it more formulaic. Then it was,
I totally see what you're saying, but Marvel already did that. With the shows and the movies and like the Taika Waititi era of...
No, because I think they were stepping on their neck the whole time no matter what. None of the shows are creator-driven, except X-Men 97, and then it's great, and then the guy, went fucking crazy and is gone now.
Well, that's the thing is that, like, after James Gunn, Guardians of the Galaxy, they were like, okay, we need, like, quirkier people, and we need people that, like, aren't perfect directors. Like,
No, I
like,
think that Thor Ragnarok is the only time that happened,
really?
And it's a good movie, and I think other than that, what they thought they needed was more jokes. So they just made Infinity War and Endgame have more jokes. I don't think they started this idea of, like artistic directors. I think they just were like...
I wouldn't say artistic directors. It's like they're trying to hand the keys to other people. Like Shang-Chi kind of felt that way to me. I'm pronouncing that wrong. Like it kind of like...
You know what? I guess
there was an
you're
era
right in that
of
they gave
movies.
Eternals to Chloe Zhao, but then...
They were trying to do something, but they were still so like formulaic and holier than thou about like the delivery of superheroes in the theater and
sense.
like
Maybe
selling
that's
tickets and
Yes.
like justifying...
It still is formulaic to that extent.
Yeah, where it's... I don't know. That's where I started like kind of just not caring about MCU and being like it's all the same movie anyway. At least for me. Not the biggest superhero fan, sorry, but like
Sure, but like yeah, if you can tell from the outside.
I have a lot
of Jake Schreier, who did Thunderbolts, is a good example of it actually. I think
really?
it worked in that case.
Yeah.
He's in charge of X-Men now. They're going to have him do the next X-Men movie.
Interesting.
I think that'll fucking rock. I think that'll be awesome.
Interesting. I didn't even know they were
Because
doing
Thunderbolts is a team movie where you need to balance all these personalities, you need different motivations, you need a realistic scale, all that stuff, and it nails it. It sticks the landing on all of those. The only reason I didn't have Thunderbolts as in like the same tie ranking is just because my personal taste skews more towards Fantastic Four and Superman than the characters of Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts is objectively a better made movie than probably the other two. Okay, maybe not. But we're getting close on time, so I think we should save that and go Thunderbolts and maybe the rest of our list on next episode, so we have further stuff to get into. But
damn, yeah, I have like so much I want to say. It's so interesting to talk about movies. I don't know if
Whoops.
You good?
Yeah, I didn't bump my arm.
I didn't know if I said this last episode. It's $1 for repeats if I did, but like when I get heated about, for example, the Transformers movies, where it's like I judge those as movies, not as like pieces of Transformers media. Yeah, that's also very similarly how I feel to like comic book movies or like MCU movies, where I'm judging them as like insular films, not like an adaptation or a X, Y, and Z. It's like, is this a good movie? If I didn't know anything about this, can I watch this blind and like enjoy it? Yeah. Which is another whole other bag of worms with MCU and like the continuities.
With, like, superhero stuff. There is like paratext. There's like the cultural conversation around movies like that. There's the comic books they're from. There's the comic books they're not from because they have nothing to do with those characters. Like, because that's the thing with Thunderbolts. The Thunderbolts movie, it is name only. There is no adaptation happening. Like, so it's not even that like I can't even be like, oh, I haven't really read the comics. It's like there aren't comics with like this set of characters doing this kind of stuff. This is like created for the sake of the movie, which is fine, but like, and also the fact that they bait and switched it and the actual name of the movie was The New Avengers. It's like that was stupid to me.
That was stupid.
I wish they had marketed it as The New Avengers.
Really?
Yes, because
wait, elaborate on that.
It would have made people go watch it. And even if it's not that great, they can't afford, and the movie kind of bombed. They can't afford for it to bomb right now. That they're banking on those characters being the face of the next big Avengers movie. You need to like sell that. It should have been like a month before it released they reveal the title. That would have been great.
Interesting.
And just convince people that they should go see it. I still don't think a lot of people would have gone and seen it because I think people would have been like, The New Avengers is 8 people I've seen in other movies. And that I like don't even know their character names.
I feel like if they had said it was The New Avengers, it wouldn't have sold as well, personally.
I mean, it's a weird thing to have it be regardless because it isn't compelling enough as an Avengers team because there's nobody recognizable except Bucky. And
Oh, yeah, I forgot he's even there.
Right, even then, it's like he's barely in the movie, so it's like you just forget he's there.
Thunderbolts felt like the Bucky, like, fan service movie for me when I was
for the
sitting there.
10 minutes he's in it. It's like he's not even in it long enough to...
all over my shirt.
It's
I have to put my
weird
arm
to
in the
have him in that
dishwasher.
movie and then not really use him that much. They think that people want to see Florence Pugh in an Avengers movie. It's like, no, we want to see Florence Pugh. But
Yeah,
I want to
wanna see Florence Pugh,
I want to go
period,
see the
point blank.
good movies she's in. I'm not going to a Marvel movie because she's in it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. So anyway, whatever. We can get through more of that another time if we want. But
should we just name our number 3?
yes,
so we can
we can just
elaborate
name the rest of the
Okay,
rest
you
of
go
the list
first,
from
'cause
there.
I'll ramble.
I was gonna say in the 3 slot is Mickey 17. I really
Ooh.
like that movie.
Okay.
It's hilarious. It's really good. I like Bong Joon-ho, and
Amazing director.
I think the last movie of his that I saw was Parasite, which
One
I
of
loved.
the best movies ever made.
And then I don't know if I've seen anything in between then and now, but yeah, really great movie. Perfect at what it is. Like Robert Pattinson delivers a great performance. Mark Ruffalo is funny in it, even though
I forgot he's in that.
I don't really care for Mark Ruffalo as an actor generally. He does great in this movie.
He's really good lately. He's on like
he's had a hot streak. It takes some turns that you're really not expecting, and it becomes very political, but in a way that's like pretty funny. Mm-hmm. Makes the right kind of people mad, I think, when they watch it. It's great. Although I will say there is a point in the film where for me it crossed the threshold where it was like so ham-fisted that I was like, okay, like we get it. We know which side of the political aisle you're on. Like it's not subtle anymore, but that's fine. I don't really mind.
Can't all be winners.
Yeah, I don't mind unsubtle commentary. It was just like it got past the point. I was like, okay. That one, and then that's 3, so 4, 5. I guess we saw Megalopolis this year, or was it end of last year?
End of last year. I think it was just October, because that was when I got fired.
Right. Okay, so it would have been.
Should I say that?
We're not saying where we worked.
I'm very employable at the moment. I am available.
If you have anywhere hiring,
anywhere, hit me up.
I guess after that, I've not seen that many movies. Damn. I should have prepared a better list on this.
Well, we have time.
Well, and dead last movies I've ever seen in my life is Baby Girl. I would love to talk about that movie
People
more, but
like loved or hated that movie in a way that I find very interesting.
Anyone who actually enjoyed it and thought it was a good movie should be like institutionalized.
It seems to me like it was Nicki Kidman's. Oh my God, with Tom Cruise. I can't do names today.
What?
With Tom Cruise, the sex movie that I hate.
Oh, Eyes Wide Shut?
Eyes Wide Shut. It seemed like Eyes Wide Shut for girls. Does that make sense?
No.
Really?
I can't even explain to you how unlike Eyes Wide Shut it is. It's like, it's marketed as being horny, and then it's not horny.
That's what I've heard, yeah.
And then also, it's like not funny enough to laugh at. It's just like baffling. There are so many scenes in that movie where you're like, wait, what? Like, what? Nobody would do, not even the characters in this movie would do that. It is so confusing. What I love, though, is Harris Dickinson, who plays, like, the hot guy.
Yeah.
Is going to play John Lennon in the Sam Mendes Beatles biopics. So the fact that we got that, and that when those movies come out, you'll be able to go back and watch Baby Girl, perfection. But that movie sucked so bad. And then what's the rest of your list?
3... is really hard to say. Probably Speed Racer, because I got to rewatch it in a theater. And that was like
that's
a
probably
life-changing...
top 5 movies ever made.
Oh yeah, and like now I didn't like it growing up, and I was like raised on Speed Racer.
It has the Tron effect. It has the like when it came out, it bombed really hard, and now it's like everyone who likes it's favorite movie.
Really?
Oh,
is that the consensus?
Anybody who likes Speed Racer is like devoted to it for eternity. That's my understanding.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I was raised with it, but I watched the movie when I was like 13, 14. And I didn't really get it. Didn't really enjoy it. Rewatched it in the theater for like a staff screening.
Yeah. Amazing. Like, it's so good.
It's really, really good.
It's so good.
Like not even just as a Speed Racer film, like as a movie. Mm-hmm. Like just,
Oh yeah, I didn't know anything about Speed Racer the first time I saw it as an idea. I just knew that it was like an exciting movie or whatever. Awesome. Yeah. So good. And it's who made it? It's
Wachowski sisters.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, it's a duo, right? It's not the motherfuckers that made Uncut Gems. It's the other set of siblings. Yeah, amazing.
It's so good. So good.
They said, you know what trans people want? They want to know about the Matrix so they can learn to come out.
And then
they want
Bound.
a sick as fuck car movie.
Don't forget Bound.
Oh, I have not seen that.
Girl.
Wait, what movie? Like the
Bound
Jennifer Tilly?
1996 was Jennifer Tilly and Gina
What?
Gershon. Yes.
That's the Wachowskis?
Yes. That movie's so good.
Oh my god. I know
love
of that movie. I have not seen it.
Girl.
That's crazy.
Worth watching. It's so
Damn.
good. It's like my favorite crime thriller ever.
Wow.
That's
okay,
another
damn.
movie I saw
I
this
just
year,
didn't
too.
know it was the Wachowskis. Okay.
Yeah. Number 4, They Call Her Death.
Okay.
Austin Snell. So good.
Damn.
You didn't see that with me. I almost
No.
invited you.
Yeah.
Or I was going to invite you, but it was like
maybe
a full
you did.
theater.
I just couldn't make it. But yeah.
I forget. But yeah, that's just an amazing low budget grindhouse love letter
Hell
to
yeah.
westerns.
Amazing.
So good. It's on Shudder. Please watch it.
Damn. Okay. Sweet.
It's just amazing. Yeah, and I watched a really bad zombie movie that like most of the people that made that movie or were in that movie were in.
Really?
Yeah, it was something like it has a really long title. It's like Zombie Beauty Pageant Drop Dead Gorgeous or something like that. And it's like super low budget, probably
Sounds like
shot
it.
on an iPhone. Like it's just crazy, but I loved the premise of it.
Interesting.
It was like 2 hours and I watched all of it.
Damn. Okay.
But They Call Her Death is really, really, really good, and I want to see a lot more from that director. And just everyone in that movie killed it.
Fire.
And then 5 is also a tie for me.
Okay.
They're an adaptation of the same text, but
2 different adaptations of the same.
yes, and I watched
Interesting.
them a day apart, I believe.
Okay.
I would place this one slightly above the other. Hourglass Sanatorium from the 70s. I forget what exact year. Just beautiful filmmaking.
Damn.
Like set design, gorgeous. Costume design, gorgeous.
I
Performances,
thought you were going to say
crazy.
Dune, and then we were going to be back to David Lynch. You're like, wow,
I do love that
They're
movie.
tied?
I do love that movie. But no, Hourglass Sanatorium, I'm blanking on the director's name, but he's Polish. I love that movie. And then
Nice.
on the flip side of that, Sanatorium Under the Sign of the Hourglass, which is the animated kind of version of the same story. And it's
Interesting,
2
okay.
very different takes on the same text by Robert Schulz, I believe is his name.
Okay.
And I've read part of the story, and it's just like this incredibly visual, surrealistic, like writing, and
Interesting.
it's just so worth watching.
Yeah.
The one that did, or the second one that has like the actual title as the title.
Okay, yeah.
Is by the brothers Quay too, who does just like these really, they do like the stop motion. That's kind of
I don't know who that is. I don't know. Or, I mean, maybe I've seen some of it, but I don't know the names.
I can't think of other stuff that they've done off the top of my head, but
Okay.
they're like a really big like film festival circuit.
Oh,
name.
okay.
But they make really good stuff, really interesting stop motion. But yeah, they did, I think their first like full length feature, which is crazy because they have like a 40-year, 30-year.
Damn.
Like,
And then they're
career.
just now, or just at the time, they were doing their first.
Yeah, like hour-long feature, I believe. I could totally be wrong. But anyway,
Damn.
I got the honor of seeing that at the film festival this year.
Sweet.
And it was so cool. And
That's so
I was... No one clapped at the end. People were really unsure about it, but I went on Letterboxd immediately. I was like, 5 fucking stars. This shit rocks. It was so
You said
strange.
if you were in my screening at SIFF, fuck you.
Yeah, for real. I think one of the top reviews of that movie on Letterboxd is like, this was followed by one of the most unsure applauses I've ever heard in my life. And it was very like that. But anyway.
That sounds like a great movie. Unsure applause is what you want.
It was really fun. It's so slow and just strange. And it's more about like the grief aspect of the original story, and then the Hourglass Sanatorium, the 70s one, is more about like Jewish diaspora stuff, if I remember right.
Interesting.
I'm not Jewish, so I can't really speak to that.
Sure.
But it had a lot more emphasis on being an immigrant, being Jewish.
Interesting.
And also tying that in with grief, which is kind of what the story centers around.
Right.
It is very interesting. Anyway.
Damn. Okay, yeah, fire. Nice. That's a good top 5. And every time we go through movies and stuff, I'm like, I don't know, I saw the fucking Glup Shitto movie yesterday. And you're like in 1961, visionary filmmaker and poet and writer, and it's a mix of stop motion and live action, and it's
That's what Hourglass Sanatorium, or not Hourglass Sanatorium, but
Literally.
the Brothers Quay one is. It's live action and stop motion.
And I'm like, I don't know if you know about this, but they have war, and it's in the stars, and they're calling it Star Wars.
That's how.
And there's a guy named Han Solo, and he's really fucking cool. And my God, I think that's about our time. We probably should circle it up before we go too long, and save some things for next week. Obviously, our sparkling personalities are compelling enough to bring people back just week by week by week.
Hopefully.
Yeah, and
our
think so.
rockin' bods and beautiful
Of course.
faces.
Exactly.
Of course.
I think that's probably most of the appeal.
Oh, yeah.
People see the thumbnambel, they go, "Holy shit!
Holy shit! Who
I don't
are
even
these
care what they
total
talk about."
Smoke
Bam.
shows.
They're watching it on mute. But anyway, well, I guess we'll catch you next week. And
What can they look forward to? Do we have topics we want to discuss?
I have some things that I keep wanting to do, and I keep forgetting to get the stuff that I need before. So there we have some very compelling things to talk about next week. Hopefully, if we plan well, because we're not recording for another 2 weeks. By the time you see this, we'll have time to read the Skybound Transformers, get that knocked out, and we can actually really get into that. And we can talk more about actual toys instead of just films. Two-cell toys.
Two-cell toys.
But I think we got enough into nerd stuff. There's some games as well that I would like to play. I have some fun stuff that I'd like to try to plan out. So keep tuning in. It's evolving. It's changing. It's going to the next level of podcasting week by week by week. And so...
We're yappers too. Lots to talk about always. I just read Skinbreaker and World Tree that we.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about World Tree, Skinbreaker. Yeah, we've got indie comic stuff to talk about. So definitely tune back in because we got to get into that. I'm really excited about that.
Hopefully East of West.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. I recently read all of East of West, so I have I know the bigger picture, but I'm really interested to know from what you've read when you read the beginning, what you think, because I think it just gets better and better and better till the very end. So
I'm very intrigued. Okay,
all right,
until next time.
Yeah, where can they find you? Not on social media at all.
Not on social media at all. At Letterboxd, I'm at Dinnerbone. My little name is Mish. I drew my profile picture. I'm looking up. You'll know it when you see it.
Wow, artistic prodigy over here. You can find me everywhere, unfortunately.
Fortunately, they love to see you. They love to hear from you. They love to see your beautiful face.
They see me on TikTok. They go, "Quit with the fake, gay, high pitched voice. We know what you sound like on the podcast." What? And I go, "It's hard to do that for an hour and a half. If I'm doing a 3-minute TikTok, I can do girl voice, but here I'm not good enough at it yet. So just leave me alone."
Hey, you and me both. I'm not doing boy voice. I'm not going "Hey, it's Mishka Wolf."
I think that this is your boy voice. I think your voice sounds like a boy no matter what.
And you have a girl voice.
That's simply not the case, but I appreciate it.
I'll beat you up.
So, we'll see you next time before we start getting really transphobic.
Bye.
Bye.